Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the supportive oracle card, no, for the main tarot cards, I'm going to use the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night, and on the back here is who created them, just above the barcode there. But if you look them up on Amazon, you should easily find them in the artists. There's like some strong energy going on here, so let's find out what that's about. Three, one, two. And why are we having these all face up all of a sudden? This is like, what's up with that? Okay, we'll find out. You got, listen, I'm gonna just, this is the card you're ending with. You're ending with the love card, so how are we getting there? There's a lot of good on your side, but there's this open spot in the environment. Maybe that's why. Maybe you're detaching from something that you don't really care for that much. Maybe. We'll find out. Let's get a little farther down. Now, when I'm feeling this card come in, this doesn't feel bad, but I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is doing what the wheel does, and I don't see, it's weird. It doesn't feel bad, but I feel like it's unfortunate circumstances for someone else, and I feel like you're watching this and you're helping, because the Wheel of, and I feel like that's how you're looking at it. Not like somebody did something. You're not looking at it like they set themselves up or it's their own fault. You're not. That's not how the energy I'm feeling here. It's kind of like, sometimes life throws a curveball and it happens. I do see you helping somebody, because I'm getting this Hermit card with somebody's kind of stuck. And you're looking at it kind of like, well, sometimes that's how life goes. But I also see you moving forward and trying to help this energy with the Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles. Coins, Pentacles, same difference. The denial is like, and it's dipping down towards this Hermit energy. Like, somebody's not realizing how they can learn from this mistake, or learn from this. It's not a mistake. It's like, it's almost like an act of the universe or something. It just happens. Something just went the wrong way, and it's just, sometimes these things happen. You can't plan for everything. But on the same token, when you do hit one of these snags of life, and you go through that experience, you can do what you can to try to protect yourself from the same thing happening again. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if your house is in a spot where you think is beautiful and nice, but then there's a flood and you have some problems there because of the flooding. You realize, well, now I have to plan and see, like, what do I need to do to protect myself from that happening a second time. You learn the hard way that you're in a flood zone. And the second time, but then you learn and you're like, well, what do I need to do to protect myself so I don't have this devastation a second time around? Which might even be moving, something like that. And I see, like, the denial is saying that this person or whoever you're dealing with is not really learning from this moment. I literally see you, again, you're looking at it like, no, life throws curveballs. You can't plan for everything. You just can't. Sometimes life just throws you a sideways one. You just got to do what you can with it. But the trick is, now that you know that's a possibility, protect yourself from it happening again. Isn't this obvious? Isn't this like 101 type stuff? I think it is. Now, they're in denial, though. They're just kind of like, it's almost like they're fixing the problem, but they're not doing that next step forward, Like, now that you know there's a problem here, now safeguard against it repeating. And they're not doing it. It's like they're going like, oh, well, it's just random that it happened. It won't happen again. And I feel like you're standing there like, wait, what? No. Now that you know you're in a flood zone, now prepare for it. Plan for it. Secure something. Plan something so that you have something to do with that. You've got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, which, don't get caught up in the gender, but this is basically saying this is a very loving, positive, looking out for people. Maybe sometimes this energy can help people and just kind of like, well, if they're not going to help themselves, I'm going to pull them along and put, come on, get up and let's go. I'm going to show you what you need to do. I'm going to help you do it. Physically getting in there and helping somebody help themselves and trying to get them to learn. It's kind of like teaching a person to fish type of attitude. I can give you a fish, but that's only helping you today. I'm going to teach you to fish so you can do it yourself. That type of thing. That's that type of energy, pulling this forward. The strength here is kind of like, and you're not backing down from it. You're like, come on. You got to pick up. You got to look at what you're doing. You got to look at, like, yes, life threw you a curveball. Don't just act like that's just a random thing. You can't plan for everything. Yes, you didn't see it coming. Fair. I wouldn't have seen it coming either. But now that you know it's a possibility, let's wake up. Let's make a plan. Let's, like, secure ourselves so we don't have to do this again. You're very giving. Like, this is what's happening. You got the 6 of coins with the reminder. You're helping this person. You're pushing on them a little bit, reminding them, like, hey, yeah, you didn't expect that to happen. You had no idea it was going to happen. True, but now you know it could. Now you know it could happen again. Don't treat it like it's just a fluke. You're asking for it. Don't treat it like a fluke. Plan for something. Give yourself some type of contingency plan, or some, set yourself up so, like, do you gotta build your house on stilts this time? Like, what do you gotta do? What do you gotta do so you don't have the same outcome again if this happens again? There's no guarantee it will happen again, but there's no guarantee it won't. And now that you know it's a possibility, let's get on the ball. You're waking this person up. Okay, I see why this... Okay, I get it. Okay, I see why... This is a really good ending here, because I'm seeing something else here, and I'm like, how is that happening? But it's making sense. You're waking this person up. Could be more than one person, but you're saying, hey, you're in a flood zone. Plan for it. Now that you know, plan for it. And there's a really strong energy. I feel like this is the Taurus energy. Like, you're saying, you're waking up, plan for it. Like, now that you know, yeah, it wasn't your fault. You didn't know the first time. I get it. Life. I get it. It's fine. I'm not blaming you for anything. But you know now. Plan for it. And you're waking them up, and they're like, okay, well, I could do this, and you're helping them. I feel like you're helping them, like, narrow down what they could do, what they should do. Is insurance a possibility? I somehow think that if you're in a flood zone, for example, if we're using the same analogy, that it's hard to get insurance for such things, but maybe there's other things they can do to safeguard. Maybe the type of home they have on this land, they don't want to overinvest on it, or maybe there's a way they could secure it so they don't have to worry the same way, or if something happens, you're helping them go through all the possibilities. You are just working with them through this. And this is really needed. You're waking them up. And they're looking at it. Now, you're helping them create a plan. They are acting on the plan, but this is a very interesting ending. You got the 9 of Swords with the Love. You're realizing that they've done everything they can. You've helped them. So you're confident, like, they have the best opportunity to avert or get around this being a repeat. Okay? So the Love is kind of like, you're happy with it. The 9 of Swords is kind of like, is it going to be enough? Like, you're feeling, it's kind of like there's no guarantee, but at least they're trying their best to work around it. It's almost like they literally live in a flood zone. I don't know why we're using this so much, but I am. And you're like, ideally, you would move somewhere else, but that's not an option for whatever reason. So they're doing the best with what they have. They're doing the best they can with what they have. And you're happy with them. You're hopeful for them. A lot of love from you towards whoever you're dealing with. But you're like, I don't know if it's going to be enough. That's the 9 of Swords. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I do feel like there's going to be small problems going forward. I do feel like whoever you're dealing with is not willing to let go of the situation. They're just going to try to do their best to work with it. That's the 4 of Pentacles, 4 of coins. I want to say Pentacles, but there you go. Fragmented is telling me there's problems, but it's not the same level. Like, they're doing the best they can through trying to plan and work around things and be ready for things to happen. They are making out a lot better than expected. The fulfillment is telling me that you planning with them, they're not hitting the same level of devastation again. although we don't have the devastation card out here, they're not hitting the same level of detriment, whatever you want to say. Fragment is telling me, though, that they are having problems here and there, but fulfillment right with it is saying, because of you helping them, because of you planning this out and saying, all right, we got the plan, this is how we need to have this set just in case that happens. If this happens, we can do this. We'll build this here to maybe block some of it. Maybe that'll save you some. Maybe we can build a trench. I mean, I don't know. There's probably pie in the sky. But, we do what we can so it works out. And what I'm getting here is the circumstances are much better than they would have been. You have helped this person out greatly. I feel like you're still, like, keeping an eye out for this person a little bit. Kind of like, let's keep planning ahead. Let's keep trying to make this a better situation. There's still going to be bumps in the road, but it's kind of like instead of having a complete repeat, they're having little problems. Manageable problems. Manageable. So this is getting better. Your efforts are very well rewarded. The love is like you're happy, but like I feel like you're gonna have some stress going forward. Kind of like, I don't like how this situation is overall, but I guess if they're gonna stick with it and they're stuck with it, it's gonna work out. This open spot here, I feel like it's basically saying this: whatever you're dealing with, whoever you're dealing with, is not letting go. They're not gonna go away. They're not gonna disappear. Like they're just kind of like it's an open spot in the future in this environment. Like there's things coming towards them, some better, some worse, but it's gonna be all right in the long run. And your efforts have improved this situation, helped improve this situation greatly, because you wouldn't back down and you kept on them. Like no. Don't act like this is a one-time thing and it'll never happen again. It will. It could. It easily could. Let's plan. Because of that, this situation has improved and is better than it would have been. A lot better. So your efforts are worth it. Definitely. All right. I think we're there. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.